Hello everyone, welcome to Telangana Exam Center. This is me Sayyid Shujatullah, your educator. Today we'll be discussing about why ISRO wants to go to Venus. Why this planet is so important, why not to Moon, why not to Neptune, why not to Uranus. But ISRO is keenly interested to study Venus. If you know our solar system, this is our Sun. You also have Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. We have all of this. So here is our Venus, which is very nearer planet to Earth. Remember one point here, Earth is sandwich, or you can say that it is in middle between the Mars and Venus. So if you see which one is closest to the Earth, so according to our data, Venus is close to Earth, okay, than the Mars. So the closest planet to the Earth is Venus, and Venus is also called as hottest planet. It is also called as the planet which is having highest albedo. Albedo is nothing but when a surface emits light, large amount of light. How much amount of light is being emitted by a surface? Okay, the white light, the reflection, okay, that is emitted from a surface, that particular property is called as albedo. And Venus is having highest albedo. That's why it looks too shiny and bright. That's why it is also called as hottest planet, right? So let us now see why ISRO wants to go to the Venus. So Union Cabinet has already approved in the last week itself the launch of Venus mission in March 2028. This is the country's second interplanetary mission. Interplanetary mission is nothing but from Earth we are going to any other planet. That's why it is called as interplanetary mission. So we are planning the Venus mission in March 2028. This is the second interplanetary mission because already we have went to Mars. Okay, we have already landed on the Mars, not exactly landed. We had a orbiter mission, okay, on the Mars, which is called as Mangalyaan, or also called as Mars orbital mission. We launched that in the year 2013. Remember this point. Again, one more important GK I will tell you. The interplanetary missions are basically of three types. Suppose from Earth we want to go to Mars, so the first mission could be orbiter mission. Here our spacecraft will just revolve around the Mars, that's all. Okay, then we also have orbiter plus lander mission. In lander mission, what will happen? The spacecraft will go and land on the surface. Okay, then we can also have another mission called as rover mission. Rover mission is nothing but after landing on the Mars or after landing on the planet, it can able to move across the planet and cover some distance, take some samples, take some stones, and come back to the Earth. And here we will study the rocks. This is called as orbiter mission, lander mission, and rover mission. And if it is coming back, it is also called as what? Reusable, or you can say that returning mission also. Okay, right. So this is the second interplanetary mission. Don't forget. Now, what is the significance of Venus for the scientists? Why scientists are very keen to study about the Venus? Let us also discuss about it. Okay, one by one we'll see the theory here. Okay, chalo. Fine. So here the Venus mission is basically meant to study the planet from an orbit around it. That's all. It's a orbiter mission. We are not going to land on it. We are not going to move on it. It is nothing but we will send the aircraft on the Venus. Okay, we'll send the aircraft. The aircraft will revolve around the Venus. That's all. The mission will carry scientific instruments, obviously, just like thermometer is a scientific instrument by which we'll able to know the temperature of the body. Okay, we have the BP, which is BP machine, which can able to know the BP, blood pressure of our body. In the same way, we also on the spacecraft, lot of scientific instruments will be there. From India, we wanted some instruments there into that mission, and we want to study that kind of areas and aspect about the Venus. In the same way, abroad, other countries will also give us some scientific instrument that we are going to launch on the Venus spacecraft to examine the surface and subsurface. Okay, surface is nothing but if this is the Earth, this is a surface, right? This is our surface. Subsurface is nothing but little bit inside of it. So to study both surface and subsurface, this point you should remember for the examination point of view, because they may ask you in the examination only surface. No, it is wrong. It's not just only surface, it is a subsurface also. We will also, with the help of the spacecraft, we will Shukrayaan, we will also study the atmosphere of the Venus. Okay, we'll also see how its ionosphere reacts and how is the interaction of the Venus environment and atmosphere with respect to what Sun. It is similar to the Earth or it is dissimilar. Venus is also called as Earth's twin because it is very similar to Earth with regard to the mass. Okay, the amount of material present in a body is called as mass. So Venus is having close mass with regard to the Earth. Density wise, it is very similar, and size, the goal round is there. No, it is somewhat similar to what Earth. Therefore, if we study the sign Venus, many scientists says that we'll also understand how our Earth has evolved. Notably, Venus is thought to have had water at some point in the history, but has now become a very dry and dusty planet as of today. The planet, however, differs from Earth in a very significant way. Though we are having lot of similarities with regard to the Venus, it does suffers lot of dissimilarity also. Let us see one by one. Firstly, it has extremely high surface temperatures, about 462 degrees. Just imagine in the summer season we are having 42 degrees centigrade outside and we just sweat like anything. And you are talking about 462 degrees Celsius on the surface of the Venus. If you walk, you will be burned. That nothing but you are having a very good hot spa. Okay, even hotter than Mercury it seems. The planet that is closest to the sun, which is Mercury, it's supposed to have because it is very near. Mercury is very near, the first planet near to the sun. So Mercury should have the highest temperature. No, Venus is having, because the property of albedo is there. No, that is the reason. Scientists think that this is because of the runaway greenhouse gas effect. Because Venus is a very dusty planet, lot of gases are being emitted from the Venus, and most of the gases are classified as greenhouse gases that can trap heat of the sun. That is the reason Venus is now the planet which is having highest temperature and highest albedo. That's why it is also called as hottest planet. Okay, then second important, because our planet is not like that. No, our planet temperature is very normal. Okay, 35-40 degrees centigrade. It ranges across the world, but Venus is having 462. Only with regard to the mass, density and the shape, Venus is similar, but with regard to the other properties, atmospheric, climatic, Venus is very dissimilar, such as atmosphere or such as temperature, which is 462 degrees Celsius, which is very high. The second is atmospheric pressure on Venus is much higher than on Earth. Atmospheric pressure is nothing but the force that is implied by the gases, okay, on the surface of Earth. Okay, whenever we are standing on the road, so our hair is moving or our clothes are moving when we just wash them and put it on the any wire. So this is nothing but the air is having a pressure, that's why it's having a force with the help of which our hair, the trees are moving, etc., so and so forth. So here atmospheric pressure in the Venus is much higher than on the Earth. This is again a dissimilarity. It is almost similar to the pressure felt underneath the oceans on the Earth. How much pressure will be there in the oceans of the Earth? Okay, that much of pressure is there on the Venus, it seems. That is the reason oceans can able to, still you can see that wherever it is been said as a, I don't know exactly, but mythologically, or you can say that as a hypothetically, many people, many scientists still think that okay, the Titanic, which has actually drowned down, has not even touched the floor of the ocean, because the pressure is so high here. The Titanic is like slowly, very slowly, one inch, one inch, okay, in one year it is going down. That much of pressure is there in the ocean. So that is to just have a correlation, they to make us to better understand, they said that the Venus atmospheric pressure is almost equal to what is present in the oceans of the deep oceans of the Earth. Third difference of Venus and Earth dissimilarity is 96.5% of atmosphere of Venus is made up of carbon dioxide, which is not like that. Okay, the Earth atmosphere, you can see that 20.99% we are having what? Almost oxygen, then 70% odd we are having nitrogen. So we are having good gases to live. Nitrogen is important for nitrogen fixation for the plants to do photosynthesis or to take up the nutrients. Okay, oxygen is important for us also to breathe, right? But Venus is having 96.5% of the Venus is having what? Carbon dioxide, and there are sulfuric acid clouds are also there on the planet, which is a very acid. If it falls on you, the skin will burn. Fourth, Venus rotates very slowly on its axis, like it rotates on its own axis very slowly as compared to the Earth. One rotation of Venus lasts around 243 days. So one rotation of Earth is just 24 hours, whereas one rotation of Venus is 243 days. So very huge, four dissimilarities are there between Venus and Earth. But with regard to the size, with regard to the shape, with regard to the density, Venus is quite similar to the Earth. That is the reason we wanted to find out how the Venus has been evolved, so that we can get some clue and we can know how the Earth has also evolved. Okay, fine. The mission will carry some payloads weighing around 100 kg. 100 kg of payloads we are going to send. Okay, once the satellite exits the Earth's orbit, it will take around 140 days to reach Venus. So within 140 days, you can go to the planet. The mission will also see India perform aero braking for the first time. So in the air, we will have a jerks, we'll have a brake. So that particular technology we have developed, we will also try to test the technology is working great or not. The Indian payloads include L and S band synthetic aperture radar that can help in imaging the surfaces of the planet. So with the help of radar, we can take the images just like with the help of camera, you can take the pictures of yourself or not. In the same way, in scientific and in astrology or cosmological or space study, generally we use radars also. Okay, to take the images. So our payloads will be carrying S and L band frequency aperture radar that can help imaging the surface of the planet Venus. There will also be a thermal camera. Thermal camera is nothing but the camera which can give us pictures along with the colors. Very red color is there means high temperature, little bit yellow color is there low temperature, green color is there means it is like a very very low temperature, like that. Thermal images will be captured by this thermal camera. An experiment to study the flow of interplanetary dust particles we are going to do. An experiment to study high energy particles also we are going to understand entering the Venusian means Venus atmosphere leading to its ionization. Okay, why these particles are there in the Venus, that also we are going to understand with the help of the various other instruments. Okay, there has been several missions to Venus in the past. It's not like that India is only going to the Venus. Already many other countries have already went, such as Da Vinci is going to be launched in the year 2029. Veritas in 2031 it is going to be land. European Space Agency has also planned a Venus mission called as Envision in 2030. So many of the countries are interested to go to Venus. Okay, right, this is all about you. Let us do one MCQs on it. As you have already learned, please pause the video. Consider the following statement. The surface temperature of Venus is around 462 degrees centigrade, which is less than the Mercury. Okay, which is higher than the Mercury, as we have already studied. So this is a wrong statement. The atmospheric pressure on Venus is much higher than the Earth. This is true. More than 90% of Venus atmosphere is made up of nitrogen. It is absolutely wrong. We have already seen that Venus atmosphere is like carbon dioxide is highest there. So our options will be here. Okay, only 2 is the right option. Only 2 is the right option. I guess this is all clear to you. Thanks a lot for watching. Keep subscribing, keep sharing your friend. There's a number in the description. You can call and you can inquire about the courses and you can talk to me. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Take care.